Writing goals. How can you set them and what should they look like? Hi there, my name is Brian Collins and welcome to the Become a Writer Today channel. In this video, I'm going to walk through exactly how you can set goals for your writing or even for your creative projects. I'm also going to describe how you can track your goals and what types of mistakes you should avoid. Now, I hope you enjoy the content in this video. If you do, hit thumbs up. And if you want to get more videos like this or about the writing process, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Why even set writing goals in the first place? After all, isn't writing supposed to be creative? So why constrain yourself? Well, a couple of years ago, I came across this fantastic bit of advice from the New York Times writer, David Brooks. He said, "Great creative minds think like artists, but they work like accountants." You see, there's a time for exploring interesting ideas, but it's also good practice to quantify what success for your writing or for your creative projects looks like. So be honest with yourself. What types of goals do you want to set this year? Do you want to self-publish a book? Do you want to start a blog? Do you want to land more profitable freelance writing clients? Or do you want to hit a certain word count or publication goal? Establishing what you want to do in advance will help you pick the right types of goals for your creative projects. If you're going to set a writing goal, I recommend you use the SMARTER goal framework. That's right, SMARTER, not just SMART. SMARTER is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound, one you can evaluate, so that's the E, and rewarding. What does a SMARTER goal or SMARTER creative goal look like in practice? Well, last year I set myself a SMARTER goal. I will self-publish a story-driven parenting book by the end of the year. That writing goal was specific because I was clear about what I planned to do. It was measurable because I set myself a date. It was already achievable because I knew I could write a book because I'd self-published and written several before. I also knew it was time-bound or ensured it was time-bound because I didn't want the writing goal to drag into 2022. The goal was exciting because it was something I wanted to work on, and it was rewarding because I knew writing a book would help me improve my craft, connect with different readers, and basically take all of the articles and journal entries and so on that I had and turn them into something that would help me build a back catalogue. Let's cover how you can set your SMARTER writing goals step by step. So firstly, you can set a SMARTER goal by word count. An ideal daily word count is the easiest attainable writing goal to achieve. Just keep a little notepad next to where you're writing, and when you're done for the day, record the date and your word count for that particular session. You can also log it in a spreadsheet like David Brooks advocated. At the end of the week or at the end of the month, total up your word count for the given week or the given month. Next time, try and beat it. Writers love a little bit of a challenge. Now, if you're working on long form projects, you can even use tools inside of the app which will help you do just that, such as the Scrivener word count writing goal, which will track your progress for a particular session. If you're a new writer, I recommend you aim for 200 to 300 words a day, because 200 to 300 words a day is enough to make measurable progress on a long form creative project. If you write for 200 or 300 words a day for 7 days a week, you're probably going to get about 3,000 words. In fact, I reckon you will shoot over because some days will go better than others. So if you're producing 3,000 plus words a week, within a month you will have more than 12,000 words. Do this for 3 months or for a season and you'll have the first draft of a book that you can send to an editor. The next type of writing goal you can set is by project. If I'm working on a collection of non-fiction or if I'm working on articles for one of my sites, I'll set a writing goal by breaking a larger project down into smaller milestones that I can reach one by one. For example, I could set a milestone of, by November, I will complete the outline of my non-fiction book. Or I could set a milestone like, by December, I will write the first draft. Or I could set a milestone like, by January, I will edit the first draft. Or by February, I will send the book to an editor, and so on. Now, if you're working on something that's not a book, for example, publishing a series of articles, you could break this project down into completing a set number of articles each month or publishing a set number of articles each month. Alternatively, if you're a freelance writer, you could break it down by pitching a set number of clients to help you earn more money as a writer. The third type of writing goal you can set is by deadline. A lot of writers hate deadlines. They feel like they're going to dampen their creativity and constrain them from getting any work done. But here's the thing, deadlines can be a type of creative constraint which give you confines within which to work. In other words, they can boost rather than hinder your creativity. If you're having trouble with writing deadlines, take a little tip from Elon Musk. He's not known for his writing because he's too busy trying to land rockets or send rockets to Mars, But a couple of years ago, Elon Musk used to make these outlandish claims about what his companies like SpaceX and Tesla were going to do. Then the press would hold him to account when he inevitably missed these deadlines. So Elon Musk and his team changed how they manage deadlines in their companies. They started setting two deadlines. One deadline was a public deadline, which the press and investors and so on would hold the company to account for. But the other deadline was closer up, and it was an internal deadline for the team. So if the team overshot on the internal deadline, they would still have a buffer before the external deadline. That might sound like overkill for a writer, but think about it like this. If you're a freelance writer and your editor says, I need a 2,000 word article by Monday, you could set yourself a deadline of finishing that article by Friday. Then you have the weekend in case life intervenes or you encounter interruptions. All of these types of constraints can help with your writing goal to become a profitable freelance writer who earns X amount within their given niche. The fourth type of writing goal you can set is by earnings. There's a crazy myth that writers shouldn't get paid for their work. After all, we should love the craft and that should be enough for us. But if a doctor gets paid, if a dentist gets paid, then why shouldn't a writer too? So I'd encourage you sometimes to consider setting a goal by how much you want to earn, because earning more money will help you invest more money into your craft. You can use earnings to take more writing courses, to improve the quality of your books by hiring better editors, or to invest in self-publishing services and better book covers. You can also use earnings to commission other freelance writers and help you build your online platform. So why not set yourself a writing goal of earning $500 a month from your freelance writing or from your other writing opportunities? That's more than achievable. If you're watching this and you're a non-fiction writer and you're saying $500 sounds like a lot, I'd encourage you to start small. Join a platform like Medium, join the partner program on Medium, and if you publish consistently, within a few months, you'll start to earn from your non-fiction writing. Then you can take the skills that you've learned and honed on Medium and use them to pitch more profitable, more high-paying freelance writing clients. Plus, you'll have a portfolio of work which can help you do just that. The other good thing about setting a writing goal around money is it gives you some confines within which to work. In other words, it's fine to set creative goals that are exciting, like writing poetry or short stories, but writers need to eat too. So if your writing goal is to become a full-time writer, then money is going to be a key part of what drives that. So ask yourself what's important to you before you set this particular goal. The fifth type of writing goal you can set is by publication. So I was a freelance writer for a number of years, and for a while one of my writing goals was to write for a top-tier publication like Forbes. I ended up writing for Forbes for approximately 3 years about topics like time management, productivity, and creativity. It was a good opportunity at the time. Now, I don't write for Forbes and I don't freelance write much anymore, but freelance writing for top publications is still a great way to get your name out there. It's also a good way of building up a portfolio which you can then use to land clients. Plus you gain experience that you can use to build your own writing platform. And that's one of the key things I got from writing for Forbes. It enabled me to connect with other people that I was able to interview for the Become a Writer Today podcast, which would otherwise have been exceptionally difficult to do. So write down a hit list of 5 to 10 publications within your niche, as we say in Ireland, or niche, as you say in the United States, that you want to write for and for your name to appear in. Chances are you're not going to get into all of these publications, but if you have an idea of what these 10 publications are, you can find out who the editors of the key sections for these publications are on Twitter. You can follow them and you can start to build up a portfolio of work that could be potentially suitable for these publications. Then you can start submitting to these publications and use your hit list as a type of constraint to help you achieve your writing goal. So your goal might look like this. I will pitch the editors of my 10 publications with a set amount of stories each week. Now, I'm not saying you spam one particular editor every week, but what you do is task yourself with sending out submission emails to editors of all of these publications each week. So how often should you set your writing goals? Well, it really depends on how much you have on at any given time. Typically, I find it's helpful to set one big creative goal for a season. I used to set goals for the entire year, but I find a season is more realistic these days. Why a season? Well, 12 months can feel like a long time for setting a writing goal. It can seem like quite a long time away and you can put things off and procrastinate. But if you break that creative goal down into a season, 3 months is long enough to get something done, but not so far away that you're going to procrastinate. So if you think back to the writing goal I talked about at the start of the video, about writing my story-driven parenting book, I set myself a creative goal of finishing the first draft within the first season of last year. And then during the second season, my creative goal was to edit this particular draft. It really depends on what's important to you. So you could set a writing goal for this season of earning $500 a month from freelance writing, of writing for 10 popular publications in your niche, or of publishing 100 articles on your own site to build traffic. It really depends on what type of writer you are and what you want to achieve. Another key part of setting writing goals is to review them regularly. So once a week, take a moment, step back, and look at everything that you've done over the past 7 days. Now, I like to do this on Friday evenings or sometimes on Sunday evenings. Ask yourself what actions you took to make progress towards your goal. Did you hit your target word count for the week if it's a word count goal? Did you pitch relevant editors within your niche if it's a freelance writing goal? If it's a monetary goal, did you publish a set amount of publications or find a set amount of clients within the given week? If you want to build authority, for example, for your writing, did you guest post for a set amount of publications or set up something on your website which will help you capture the attention of readers like a lead magnet? It only takes a few minutes to take a moment and step back. And this is why it's key to only have one big creative goal, because if you're reviewing all of the different things that you've done, this can turn into a big involved process. Typically, you'll pick one goal and one measure that you're going to review each week, and it should only take you 5 or 10 minutes to do it. Remember, setting effective writing goals should help you write and publish stories or articles or books that help you earn money, make an impact, or spread your message. If you're stuck, there's a couple of books that I've read about productivity, which helped me over the years. I'd recommend checking out Getting Things Done by David Allen, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and I'd also recommend checking out a book that his son wrote called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. That last book mostly applies to executives in corporate settings, but there's one particular section about tracking your goals and setting lead and lag measures, which I'll cover in a subsequent video, which you may find helpful. I hope you found this particular video about setting writing goals helpful. Go and set your writing goals today and let me know what they are in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. And if you really did like this video, then I think you'll like this one next.